Well, as y'all heard about some of my background story, on April 22nd, I went to my doctor and found out that I thought I had a stroke because I went tingling and numb. And I'm not going to go too far in all of that because I already went over it. But the last thing I remember was telling my wife I loved her before being pushed into the emergency room. When I came to a month later, I had a tube down my throat. My hands were tied and they told me not to move my leg. Well, as I came to out the coma and everything and came to, I learned that I had a close one. If it wouldn't have been for the Duke medical team, I probably would not have made it. I was put on a special kind of life support called ECMO. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, they only use ECMO mostly for little kids. And if I'd have been a few years older, they couldn't have done it. And it was a major challenge for me to get from Florence MUSC to Duke because they were gonna fly me on a helicopter, but my shoulders were actually wider than the helicopter, go figure. I figured it might have been a weight thing at the time, but no, it was the width of my shoulders. So Duke was gracious enough to put their surgical team on an ambulance and come down here and pick me up. Like I said, I spent a month at Duke, made some real good progress at Duke, and I learned some things at Duke. I had a doctor by the name of Dr. Cox, who is probably the most positive doctor I've ever met in my life, who taught me to set goals. Not major goals, but little goals. I remember the first goal he set, and I'll remember this for the rest of my life. Okay, Brian, today I want you to roll to your left. And the next day it was, okay, Brian, roll to your right. So I decided from that point on, that's what I was gonna do, is set little goals for myself and not stop until I met them. Well, then I was, from Duke, they sent me to Regency Hospital in Florence. And I'll be honest with you guys, that was very traumatic to me because I technically really didn't need to be there. But once again, you put in places that you think you don't need to be to get where you need to go. I found out about Encompass through a physical therapist at Regency. As a matter of fact, she specified the one in Little River. She said, Brian, they're equipped to take care of people your size. She said, they have the equipment that will help you get better. So my wife and I started at the time the process of getting down here. I was supposed to be down on a Tuesday, but unfortunately, something went wrong, and I was heartbroken on Tuesday. I had to wait till Wednesday to get here. But when they brought me in, I couldn't even, it took 4 people to get me into bed. My first day of therapy was with John and Ronique, which we became known as the frat bag. They literally had to pick me up off the floor from the parallel bars. I did not have enough strength to hold myself up in a wheelchair. So from that point on, we had a plan. And I came with the attitude that I'm gonna succeed and I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna do better for myself. And I always went in the gym with a can-do attitude. And if I couldn't do something, my answer was I can't do it yet. And from the first day to the last day of therapy, I went from not to even be able to sit in a wheelchair by myself to where I walk 20 foot, 90% under my own capacity with a harness just for balance reasons. I made a lot of lifelong friends and contacts here. The staff here is awesome. Nobody ever got ugly. You didn't have to worry about workplace trauma. And I know this because pretty much when I was here, everybody was in my room. I got a new mama out in the group, and Miss Jeannie, who went above and beyond with wound care. She looked at my feet one day after I got out of the shower and decided she wasn't gonna put up with that. And she actually washed my feet. And for somebody to, do that, it touches your heart and it teaches you to be grateful for everything. When I came in this morning, y'all know, most of y'all know by now, I showed up 2 hours early because I can't read the text message. But I got to enjoy stuff. I got to be reminded of, this is a great place. These are some great people. You know, you help guys. You guys may look at it as a job, but we look at it as you're taking the time to help us. You're the reason we got up and we did what we wanted to do. You're the reason we're succeeding in life. And the thing is, I tell everybody I have a new addiction, and it's positivity. Because I could be a negative person after what happened to me, but I've decided I'm gonna do different things. I want to be an inspiration to everybody, not because to feel my self-confidence, but because I know what it takes to get through what I just went through. No story is the same, but we can all get to that happy ending, and we always need somebody to support us. And I'm really honored you guys invited me to come down and speak, and I'm sorry to disagree with Ernie. I'm way funnier than he is, because I've actually been paid for my jokes. You know? But if honestly, if there's a superstar here, it is Ernie. Because Ernie can probably relate to most of these people more than most people, because he's battling, you know, his injury. He could have laid down and said he'd give up. But Ernie, I don't believe there's a no in his body. I picked on him today because he'll post videos of working out and stuff, you know. But that inspires me, you know. And John's standing back being a spotter with you.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
But you find inspiration in everybody. You just have to look for it. Like I said, guys, thank you. I love all of y'all. If I could live here full time and aggravate y'all, Baby Shark is the jam. And we would play at least 12 times a day. But I love you guys and thank you.